What's up everyone, I'm Cardi-C here and welcome to my channel. Here we explore ways to grow your sports card collection and potentially make some money along the way by gaining a deeper understanding of the hobby. So if you enjoyed today's content, please consider subscribing, hit that like button and the notification bell to get alerts every time I release a new video. And today we are going to be talking about the National. It's been a minute since I returned from Chicago. Had a lot going on at work, got the wisdom teeth taken out, but I'm now fully recovered and here to share my story. So I was in Chicago at the 2021 National from Wednesday to Sunday. We got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days, and I have 5 lessons to share with you as well. We got some pictures, we got some pickups, we got some admittedly pretty poor footage from the show floor, but there is a lot to take away. So make sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did I run into you at the show? Did we have a good conversation? What is your favorite piece of content coming out of the National? I got my watch list loaded up. Let's see it. Let's see it. So on Wednesday, I flew out of Boston at the ass crack of dawn, got to Chicago, was able to check into the hotel a little bit early, and met up with Filmington, his friend Sean, and my roommate for the week, Amit, runs with Bulls 23 at Gibson's across the street from the the convention center. Right after I picked this guy up, this is worth gold the week of the convention center, your VIP pass. And then we just started talking cards. It was funny, at Gibson's there was a gentleman that had a Pelican case full of cards there. He had 2 Ohtani Topps Chrome Red Refractor Auto rookies. He was asking, Phil, you're going to have to keep me honest, but I think he was asking $500,000 for each of them, which seemed a little outlandish, but it was pretty crazy to see cards of that value and of that significance that early on in the week. So that was a little teaser of what was to come. But we made our way over to the convention center, had access to the VIP lounge. I'll put some footage in here. It was absolutely massive. There was a bunch of people in there. We met up with Mr. Dub and Big Smooth, talked to them for a while, and waited until the show floor opened. I didn't know what to expect. When the show floor opened, it was a wave of people running into the convention center, people making their way over to PSA and BGS, trying to drop stuff off, trying to get redemptions exchanged at Panini and Topps. I had personally gone in with full intent of buying a single card, and I think I've shared this a few times before, but the #1 card that I was targeting was the 1954 Wilson Franks Ted Williams, and I was on a mission that I would pick up a PSA 2 or 3 at the show. At the cash in hand, I was willing to make a deal for it, and I was determined to find it. The pop is very low. It's in the couple hundreds of like total copies graded between PSA and SGC, but everyone was telling me if you're going to find this card, you're going to find it here. So when those doors opened after the VIP room, I ran around the floor. I was scanning showcases as quick as I could just to find where the vintage cards were, and then asking vintage dealers if they had the card I was looking for. And here is where we come to lesson #1. Slow down and enjoy the moment. You're going to be there for 5 days. You don't need to see the entire floor in a single day. It's something that I wish I had heeded when I first got there, but I was able to find 4 copies of the card. Robert Edwards had a copy in a PSA 4 that they were marketing for an upcoming auction, so that was out for me. Love of the Game had a PSA 3 they were marketing for an upcoming auction, also out. They weren't selling it at the show. There was a smaller auction house that had a PSA Authentic, again, auction, that was out. And then later on in the week, B-Roth 6 would introduce me to a dealer who had a raw copy of the card. And someone who doesn't transact often in raw vintage cards, I wasn't super comfortable paying that price for a vintage card anyway, so I had to pass. And it really threw my week into an unexpected place. I thought I was going to pick up this card day one and pick through dollar boxes, but as you'll soon see, it all worked out for the best. So after we spun around the show floor, a few of us went out and got dinner, and then we were lucky enough to get an invite from the Card Ladder guys to go to a little outing that they were throwing with Waldorf Stories and Rodman's PC. Had a great night hanging out with those guys. I met Jeremy Lee from Sports Cards Live. Talked to Frankie. He's a shop owner down in Puerto Rico. Had a great conversation with him and just hung out with a lot of people that have done a lot of cool things in the hobby. So Wednesday, the trip got off to a great start. I did pick up 2 cards. I'll pause the narrative of my trip here, show some footage of those cards. So the cards I picked up on Wednesday, I stuck pretty close to my roots. We have 2 Red Sox cards. This is the Splendid Jersey Pairs from SP Authentic. My 2 PC players, Ted Williams and Nomar Garcia-Parra, numbered out of 406. Both game-used patches there. We also have the Topps Dynasty Patch Auto of Xander Bogaerts, numbered 8 out of 10 with a super clean auto there. So those were the 2 pickups that I had on Wednesday. Okay, now we're on to Thursday, and my plans have been all thrown up in the air. I thought I was going to take the wad of cash that I brought and throw it down on this Ted Williams card. Not so lucky. So what am I going to do now? First thing I did was went over to the SGC booth. I had my 2014 Topps Update Jacob deGrom SGC 9 with me, and if you showed them you had an SGC card with you, you won a spot into a free break. And I was lucky enough to win a spot in their break. I pulled the Nationals and the Padres in a 2-box break of Topps Tribute and Topps Diamond Icon. So pretty sweet, like, free prize. I got some footage here. Nothing super big I pulled. I thought I was gonna pull some big Soto and Tatis cards, but alas, no luck. So I'm walking around the floor, just browsing. I'm starting to slow down and take my time, and lo and behold, who do I run into but Nolan, Elite Co 3. I had Nolan on my channel for an episode of Sports Card Academy. I'll link it somewhere up above if you want to go check that out. So we walked the floor for a little bit. He showed me some banger cards that he picked up. Make sure to go check out his national recap videos. You won't be disappointed at what you see. But it was good to finally meet him in person and walk the floor with him for a little bit. And if you've been to Chicago, those floors, man, they're killer. Just concrete. I had my brother pick me up some new shoes. My shoes, my knees, they were in good shape, looking all set, and it was tough. So I actually met up with B-Roth 6, and we went over to Mr. Dub Bay State Breaks room to just chill and hang out for a little while. And he actually spent the entire day in line at Topps and Panini trying to get some silver packs. So I got some footage of Mr. Dub ripping some silver packs. Make sure to check out his channel. He does a lot of ripping if you are into seeing some new product opened.
The fat one. Good?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Mr. Dub, Bay State Breaks, opening up the first
Woo!
of 2 silver packs. Is this
well,
Topps?
looks like, yeah, no, this is Panini. First, well, that's even better. Yeah, Trout to 50.
Nice.
And then we have a, I don't know if it's game used or not, but a jersey piece, numbered to 10, Messi.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
That is sweet.
What?
So we got a Messi to 10, a Trout to 50.
What?
All right, let's see how good the Topps packs is.
What?
Just after that, I might just open the other 2 Panini ones anyways
Bro.
and sell the Topps ones.
What?
Look at that shine.
What?
All right, here we go. Topps.
This looks like the
The Torps.
All right, we got a rookie bomb. Nick Gonzalez, Maddox, and Chris Bryant.
Nice.
He's numbered. No, so those are kind of looks like they're all just Bowman parallels.
In the past.
So Mr. Dub was staying at the Hyatt Regency, which is where the trade nights were on Thursday night. Card Collector 2's trade night and Blake Jameson's trade night. And as I was walking up to the hotel, or his hotel room, I ran into Cage and Andrew from the Luka, Tiger, and LeBron podcast. I figured I was just going to say, like, hey guys, really enjoy the show. And Cage was actually like, you got a YouTube channel, right? You need to shoot some footage of this. Like, you got to ask us some questions. Come on, you got to be on top of your game. So I got some pretty awkward footage, but he was giving out cards to people that recognized him and were fans of the show. So he gave me a 2013 Prism Draft Picks Mookie Betts and a PSA 9. So that was actually really nice of them. Make sure to go check their channel out. So
So part of what I've said on the tour, right, is I don't want to film the floor, is anybody who recognizes us, like,
yeah.
I came to you not to buy cards, not to sell cards, not to make money, but anybody who recognizes us, I've said it a million times, I want to give cards to folks. It's great that we're, and you like the podcast,
Yeah.
you said you're a Boston guy, so
yes, sir.
how about a little Mookie Prism rookie
Look at
for
that.
you? A little freebie, a little gift for you.
Oh, that's too nice of you.
Thank you,
You got
brother.
2013 Mookie Draft Prism Picks,
you go.
the PSA 9.
So you're a Boston guy, I got a
I
few of those.
appreciate it.
There you go.
Are you guys going to Card Collector 2's trade night?
We'll say hi to Ryan. Ryan has
Yeah.
what I consider the second best hair in the hobby, but this is a tough one to beat.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll go to that. We're heading over to Bounce. I think Collectibles having a little event over there. We're gonna
Nice.
if I ever let Andrew get anywhere. But listen, it was good to meet you.
Yeah.
Listen, guys,
Nice meeting you
this
guys.
guy's awesome. And Lucas Tigers and Bronze. If you don't subscribe to us, get on there.
Go check it out. Spotify exclusive, right? All right, thanks,
Spotify
guys.
and YouTube now.
Well, we went over to the Card Collector 2 trade night, which was absolutely insane. Kentucky basketball cards. Jimmy, or Kentucky Roadshow now, in Card Collector 2, put on an excellent event. For anyone out there that says the hobby's dying, all you need is a little glimpse or snapshot of what that ballroom was like. The atmosphere was bumping. It was absolutely incredible. I walked around a little bit there. I met up with Bill, Hall of Fame collector, met Mike-O and JT, Triple Crown 24 there. I bumped into Dave, Blue Jacket 66, and just had some conversations with people. We spent a little bit of time at the trade night, and then I wanted to drop my stuff off because I didn't really feel comfortable walking around with a bunch of cash on me for the rest of the night. So I hiked out of there early, went back to my hotel, dropped all my stuff off, and then made my way to a different hotel for a little get-together baseball collector was having. A bunch of people from YouTube there that I got to meet for the first time. Now, apologies in advance. there were so many people that I met over the course of the week. Thursday night, I met Pepino Man for the first time. He had the world's best Pelican case there. Ran into Scott, Scotty Tradition, Eric, Those Back Pages, Andy, She Blinded Me with Refractors. I already mentioned Mike O, JT, met Wesker Griff there, Parlay J, Dave's Midlife Card Crisis, Silver Jackify, John Wade Boggs fan, Mike Canadian Cards, had an excellent conversation with him. James Elite Hunter is working on an action set that he's framing and putting on the wall. Go check out his channel, it's freaking awesome. Foo 3112, Mark and I had a couple of great conversations on Thursday and Friday. Max Power Baseball, Ron Fig, Ben, Dead Guy Cardboard, Andrew, Nuff Said Cards, Picker Jim was there, Filmington was there, B Roth was there. The list just goes on, and that brings me to lesson number 2. The National is just a big family reunion. I think I'm ripping that off from Blue Jacket 66's video, but it didn't feel like I was meeting a bunch of strangers that I've talked to a few times online for the first time. It felt like I was meeting a family, and the family was coming together and just hanging out for the week. A few of us had gotten invites to Blake Jameson's trade night, and I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Beantown Hobby. Go check out Joe over on Instagram. He's working on opening up a card shop right outside of Boston. He had given me a VIP pass to Blake Jameson's trade night. Blake was there, F. Dot was there, Lauren Taylor was there, Naturel was there, and then there was a bunch of hobby content creators, sort of the who's who of content creators there. Just had a great time. Got to meet Christina and Chris from Card Ladder. Met Card Killer, Neo, Northeast Ohio Sports Cards, Flip and Steve. Jeremy was there. Jeremy Lee from Sports Cards Live. So the list just goes on and on. It was really good to hang out with them, talk to Joe, talk to the artists. And Thursday, man, it was probably the busiest day of the entire week. And on top of it, I was able to scoop up a couple of cards while I was there. These two, Topps Diamond Icons, Luis Garcia, numbered out of 25. Rookie red pen auto there. And then this dual jersey relic of Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado. Again, this was from the SGC free break that I want to spot into. I was hoping for a big Soto and a big Tatis card, but I'm very happy to have gotten anything there. And then I mentioned I ran into the guys from Luca, Tiger, LeBron, and they had gifted me this, the 2013 Panini Prism draft picks in a PSA 9. So go check them out on YouTube and on Spotify. And then I got a couple of custom cards at the YouTube gathering. We have Ed Wesker Griff. We actually got a dual auto, him here, and then Mike O on the back. So I'm sure you know both their channels, but if you haven't heard of them, make sure to go subscribe. Ed Wesker Griff and Mike O. And then I also got one from John Wade Boggs fan. Hand numbered 19 out of 40. Really cool custom cards. I'm thinking about doing one in the future. And then we capped the night off by going to Blake Jameson's VIP trade night. So Joe from Beantown Hobby hooked me up with the VIP pass. Thank you so much, Joe. It was at the Hyatt Regency. The one card I picked up there was a companion card from Naturel. You got the Mike Trout here, an iconic Topps Project 2020 companion card. Had a great conversation with him. Happy to add that to the collection. So Friday rolls around. I'm absolutely spent from this super long day we had on Thursday, but I'm trying to take my advice from day one. Slow down and just enjoy the floor. And if you guys have never been to the National, it is a sight to behold. The floor is very expansive. When you think you've seen the entire thing, there's new tables tucked over in the corner. You can spend the entire week there and not see everything. So I wanted to try and slow down and do a thorough comb through of every table. And while I was doing that, there was a bunch of stuff that I was able to find, much to my surprise. And we'll show some cards that I picked up for the day. I walked the show floor with Andrew from Nuff Said Cards for a little while, and he's a great dude. Make sure to go check his channel out if you haven't already. Friday, on the whole, was sort of a much more chill, relaxing day at the show. My one regret is that I didn't spend more time at like the Heritage booth, who had all these very unique pieces from sports memorabilia and sports history. I snapped a quick pic of Bill Russell, one of Bill Russell's MVP awards, but I was so focused on getting footage and content for this video that I didn't actually take the time to appreciate what I was seeing. So Atlantic City, I'm going to make sure to prioritize sort of being there and experiencing the artifacts that are at the show. Fast forward to Friday night, and I attended a little get-together Filmington, Pepino Man, and Eloy the Goat had planned at the Lowe's Hotel. Now, I had met Josh, rated rookie, earlier on in the week, but he and I didn't really have a chance to have a good one-on-one talk. It was great to get to know him on a more personal level. Same thing with Max Power Baseball. All these guys have YouTube channels, or relevant on Instagram, and have excellent collections, so make sure to go check them out. But it was an excellent time. If anyone is wondering what the hospitality scene is like post-COVID, I think the hotel was having trouble keeping up. There was one bartender and one waitress for probably 250 people in the bar, and then another 500 to 600 people outside the bar in the hotel lobby that had formed sort of this organic trade night. My roommate for the week, runs with Bulls 23, had taken Filmington and I out into sort of the trade night at the end of the night and said, guys, you got to come check this out. And there was a dealer there that just had a bunch of Kobe Essential Credentials and the base and Essential Credentials Future, just hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cards just sitting out on a table there. It was a sight to behold, and I was lucky enough to snap some footage of that, so check that out here. And then the pickups from Friday weren't too bad either. And then here is Friday's pickups. I thought Friday was just going to be dollar box day, so I was poking through. I found this Fleer Ultra Gold Medallion Pedro. Got another one right here. Got some cool looking cards. We got an Alex Rodriguez Topps Finest with Peel. Got another Pedro Gold Medallion. Got a Flair Showcase row 3 of Pedro. Another one row 2. Another one row 2. Got some shiny Nomar cards. Fleer Mystique. High Praise from Fleer Mystique. Skybox Preeminence. The Treasury from Topps Gold Label. Mirror Image from Bowman's Best. New Order from Fleer Game Time. And then I picked up this EX Century Paul Pierce. Just, these cards are so awesome in hand. It has reinforced my desire to pick up an essential credentials now or future of Nomar. This is probably my favorite 90s card at this time. And then I capped my lower dollar card pickups off with this Jack Eichel Young Guns. But I ran into a couple hockey slabs that I wasn't expecting to be able to grab. So the first one I grabbed was this 2013 Young Guns of Nikita Kucherov, PSA 9 from Series 2. And I bought this card from the same seller. 2013 Upper Deck Nathan McKinnon Young Guns. This is from Series 1, I believe. Yep. I looked the card over pretty closely. I couldn't see anything wrong with it. You got the little pinking right here, but that was a factory printing error. Upper Deck exchanged the pinks out at the 2014 National, I believe, for anyone that didn't like the pink on the card. I think I'm going to actually try and crack this out and sell it raw. Try and move up into a higher grade clean copy. And then I also picked up this 2018 Panini Select Lamar Jackson Silver Prism. This is the premier level. This card is yo-yoed, man. It's been as low as $350, as high as $1250 over the past year. I wanted a Lamar Jackson card for the longest time. I'm a big fan of his game. I picked this card out. I could just never pull the trigger. And I saw it. It was the right price. So I jumped feet first into it. So happy to add that to the collection. And then, yeah, that's it. That's what I picked up on Friday. We started picking up more in bulk. Lesson number 3 from Friday. Lesson number 3 for the week. As you'll see in the pickups, stay flexible and keep your eyes open at the show. On Saturday, this might sound a little bit funny, but I almost felt like I was running out of things to do. I didn't see the artifacts at Heritage. I didn't spend as much time at the more crowded booths as I would have liked. Booths like Mealy Pop's, PC Sports Cards, MC Sports Cards, their branding was so on point that when you actually went by their sections of the show floor, it was so tough to sort of muscle your way up to their showcases that I didn't even bother. And I think I missed out on seeing a bunch of stuff. Felt the same way about the Topps booth and the same way about the Panini booth as well. But what I did have going for me was a challenge and a mission. B-Roth 6 had gotten a 2008 Kobe Topps Chrome Refractor, just a fucking sweet card, and a PSA 10 back, and he was looking to sell it and trade out for a Jackie Robinson card. So that was sort of my mission for the day. I was going around to all these dealers that I had known through Instagram or just met during the show earlier in the week and was trying to help sell his card for him. Big shout out to Josh from Cardboard Chronicles. He let Brian sort of drop the card off in his case for the day to see if he would get any bites. I don't think he ended up selling it at the show. He sent it out for consignment, but it gave me a mission to sort of spend my time on Saturday. I'd seen most of what I wanted to see, so this was good to help him out. And the big thing that I learned in lesson number 4 from Saturday: don't be afraid to ask questions, and you'll soon see why from the pickups. I will say, one of the big themes coming out of the National for not only me but the hobby at large is how strong these organic trade nights were. I stayed at the Lowe's Hotel, and every night I was there, there was 500 to 800 people down in the lobby, mostly 18 to 30-something-year-olds that had just organized these pop-up trade nights. And it wasn't just at the Lowe's Hotel. It was at every hotel from what I heard of talking to other people. Whoever says that there's not enough kids coming into the hobby, I beg to differ. Take a look at these trade nights and see the sort of the average age and clientele there. Now, if you have a take that these aren't collectors and they're flippers and they're speculators trying to make a quick buck, all right, we can have a conversation there. But it was a sight to behold. You had National during the day, and then you had National after dark. So check out the cards that I picked up from Saturday. It was the biggest day of pickups for me out of the entire week. Now here is my pickups from Saturday. I wasn't expecting to get anything big, and this one cost a pretty penny. I traded my 2018 Topps Chrome Sapphire, PSA 10 Rafael Devers, and a wad of cash to Indie Sports Cards or Indie Sports Exchange, and I picked this up. The 2005 Upper Deck Ovechkin Young Guns PSA 9. This is from Upper Deck Series 2. I didn't think that I would have this in my collection so soon, but the guys over at Indie Card Exchange were more than accommodating with their deal, and I couldn't pass it up. So this was the biggest card I came home with from Chicago, but late Saturday night I also found this guy, 2008 Topps Update Clayton Kershaw in a PSA 10. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this card's market, but it had really taken off. I thought I was going to pick up a PSA 9. The PSA 9s started getting uncomfortably pricey for me. And then lo and behold, at this organic pop-up trade night at the Lowe's Hotel, this card is sitting in a sea of HGA slabs. I asked the question of the guy that owned it, what he was looking for it, and it was about 25% below what I thought he was going to say. So I ran up to the room, grabbed some money, consummated the deal, and now the card is in my collection. So happy to add that as well. Only 2 pickups from Saturday, but arguably they're the 2 biggest pickups I had of the entire trip. Now on Sunday, I originally had a late flight. I think my flight was supposed to leave at like 9:50 Chicago time. And my wife was picking me up from the airport, which meant that because of the time difference, I wouldn't have touched down until 1 o'clock in the morning and wouldn't have gotten home until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I did a quick spin of the show floor with the roommate for the week, just to see if there was anything else out there. And we ran into Chase Rhymes of Clubhouse moderator fame, and he had a couple of really big cards. I know he shared them on Instagram. I won't share them on YouTube, but check them out on Instagram. I got to see some really big cards in person, in hand, so that was cool. But for the most part, just did a quick spin of the show floor and then booked it over to the airport. Tried to get on a standby flight to get home a little bit earlier, because 5 days is a lot for the National, and that's where my final lesson for you all comes in. It's okay to call it quits. There's a lot of people that would stick around till the end of day Sunday trying to get deals on wax or trying to talk to dealers about deals that they could swing at the end of the show. But for me, I had spent so much time on the show floor. I had seen what I had want to seen. I had pretty much spent my bankroll and my budget that I went to the show with, and I was just tired. And it's okay to say, all right, I'm done. I've seen enough of this. National can be very, very overwhelming. Don't feel like if you didn't see it all, that's a bad thing, or if you did see it all, that you need to stick around because you got the ticket for an extra day. And for Sunday, I didn't have any pickups necessarily, but my roommate Amit had picked this up earlier on in the week, thinking it was a white sparkle. It is actually the White Wave Prism, which is much more common than the white sparkle. So he was sick of looking at it. He gave it to me. He said, Chris, you'll enjoy this. I'm just going to be upset every time I look at it. So Amit, thank you for the card. You were a great roommate this week. Looking forward to Atlantic City. This was the one card that I added to the collection on my way out of Chicago. But my big takeaway from National is that I can't wait for Atlantic City in 2022. It has and will re-energize me to get back on the content production grind and really re-engage and connect with the community, because there's a lot of good guys out here. We might have our differences of opinion. Everyone might not be on the same political spectrum, but the great uniter in sports cards is that we all enjoy little pieces of cardboard with pictures of sports cards on them. So I know this one was a little bit of a long one and it was long overdue, but I appreciate you very much for sticking around if you made it this far. Again, let me know what you thought of the National, or if you weren't able to get out to Chicago, what you thought of all the content that came out. I had a blast and can't wait to see you all in Atlantic City 2022. Till next time, I'm Cardi-C, and I will catch you guys later.